This is the fabric I will be using for my palazzo pant. I will be using a length of 15 inches and I already cut that out. As you can see here, I am folding the fabric into two. Now I will be taking out my lap measurement, which is 26 inches, and dividing it by 2. That will give us 13 inches. And I will be adding 1 inch sewing allowance. That will be a total of 14 inches. Now I am going to take my tape roll and mark half an inch downwards from the top of the fabric, and that will be my top line. I am taking a ruler and really a straight line there. From the top line, I am just going to take 12 inches measurement downwards on both edges of the fabric. And in the middle. Then I am going to take my ruler and draw a straight line across. From the line we just ruled, take the upper part as the waist and hip part of the trouser and the lower part as the lap part of the trouser. On this same line we drew, I am going to mark my hip measurement on it, which is 42 inches divided by 4, and that will give us 10.5 inches. I am going to add 1 inch sewing allowance, and that will give us 11.5 inches. I will be marking that on the line now. Then I am going to go ahead and mark that on the top line we drew earlier. Then I'm going to rule a straight line to join both of them. I am marking 1 inch on the 12 inches line I ruled out earlier, and marking 1 inch upwards on the line I just ruled out. Then I will take my chalk and curve it here. This will be the crotch or the flap of the front part of my trouser. Remember, the measurement of the hips was taken inwards from the edge part of my fabric. But to measure the waist part of my trouser, I will be taking it out from the hip line we marked, which is my waist measurement divided by 4 plus sewing allowance, that is 9.1 inches. I will just take my curve ruler and roll out the hips part of my trouser. Now we are going to go back to the hip line and measure out 14 inches and mark that on the fabric all the way down. Now I will just take my ruler and roll that out. Here is a recap. I marked half an inch downwards as top line. I folded my fabric into 2. From the top line, I ruled 12 inches downwards as my hip line. I marked my hip measurements divided by 4 plus sewing allowance on it. I went ahead and marked my waist measurement on the top line. Going back to the hip line, I marked out my crotch, which was 1 inch on both sides. I curved my waist to my hips here. On this line, I marked my lap measurement divided by 2 plus 1 inch all the way down. Now I'm going to cut it. This is what the front part of my trouser looks like. And now for the back part, I am just going to fold my fabric into two and place the front part of my fabric on it. And this is the hips part, and this is the flap or crotch part. We need an additional 2 inches on the flap part of the fabric at the back. Looking at this, we obviously have more than 2 inches, so the rest of the fabric would waste. So I'm just going to adjust this until I have 2.5 inches. I am just going to place the front part on it now and adjust it till I think it looks perfect. From the top line, I am just going to start marking 2 inches on the back fabric. This is going to start from the crotch part of my front fabric. I am going to mark this all the way down. I am marking what I have done so far so I can mark the crotch better. Now I am marking the back crotch. I will just continue marking 2 inches downwards. I will be rolling a straight line downwards, and I will be using my scissors to cut off the excess fabric. For the waistband, I am going to be measuring 3.5 inches this way, then a length of 37 inches. I just want to have excess for the waist. I already cut it out, as you can see. I will be folding it into two. When I fold it into two, it will give us 1.5 inches. The remaining 1/2 inch will be for sewing allowance. This is the front and this is the back. As simple as ABC, we finished drafting our trouser. Now for the sewing, I will be taking one part of the front and one part of the back. Right sides facing each other, hips facing each other, and the crotch or flap facing each other. I will be pinning this all the way down, and I will be using 1/2 inch sewing allowance to join together. I have sewn that now. I am going to pin the crotch together all the way down. Take it to my sewing machine and sew with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I am going to repeat what I have just done on the other parts of the trouser as well. After sewing, this is what both of them look like individually. I will be turning the right side out so that I can join both together. After doing that, I am just going to make sure the front is facing each other and also that the back is facing each other. I am just going to hold it by the crotch and pin together both the front and the back part. Hold it together with the crotch before taking it to my sewing machine and joining it with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I am done pinning everything and I will be taking it to sew now. This is what it looks like. Here is the crotch part. This is the back part, and we are going to be losing the seam down a bit because this is where I will be fixing the zip and putting a waistband. I've ironed a stay in the waistband. I have pinned the waistband around the trouser. Here is the right side and here is the wrong side. I will be sewing it around on the right side first. I have finished sewing everything. Now let's take a look at the fitting. If you have made it this far in the video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.